the morality. What the fuck is the morality police as well? Like,
I know.
who are you people? Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our SaVeg take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
We are back.
Well, you're back.
I is.
You were
I
gone.
is back. You was also gone. Well, for like a few days.
I was gone for not that long, but
yeah,
you know.
I'm back. Woohoo.
So, Rose, why don't you fill us in into your adventures?
God damn, I'd be away for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I went to Thailand, you guys. I did that vegan food tour with my viewers. Do I call them viewers or followers? Followers?
I don't know.
They both sound weird.
It does sound a bit weird, but anyway. People that
awesome
people that digest your content.
Yes, people that watch, that consume my content.
Yeah.
We did a vegan food tour in Thailand, which was for a week, and it was amazing. And then we did a different vegan food tour in Vietnam. So it was 2 different groups. Well, some people came on both.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Just the whole thing was awesome. It was such a good experience, just like traveling with other vegans too.
See, that's fun.
Okay, this is like, honestly, I used to like not do tours, right? Like I was always like, oh, tours, I don't know, I'd rather do my own thing. But there's a few things that are great about the tours, especially if you're vegan, okay? Because now that you're vegan, it's harder when you're traveling, right?
Of course, because then there'll be a tour and they'll be like, oh, fuck, there's a vegan on the tour. Okay, what do we give them?
Exactly.
And actually, guys, I do have to say a funny story about this.
Oh, what's the funny story?
So I was on a tour. Okay. And I remember
when you was vegan.
No, I wasn't vegan at this point in time, guys. This was many moons ago.
You be judging the vegan.
Well, to get this, this girl was on our tour and I felt so bad for her. I even felt bad for her at the time because our tour guide, he was this really funny guy.
Where was this?
This was in Australia. And we did a tour up to, we went from Adelaide up to like Uluru, which is like that big rock in the middle of the desert. And we did a lot of camping and there was a lot of like cooking, and the guide had to like buy tons of food, and like we all kind of cooked together and all this stuff.
And it's in Australia, so it's a lot, you put the shrimp on the barbie.
Exactly. Well, and in this case it was a lot of kangaroo.
Oh,
no.
I
remember him being like because she was the only one vegetarian on the tour.
Oh no. And
so,
was he such a fucking dick?
Well, he wasn't a dick, but he'd always make jokes. Like he'd be like, Shayla, what are you complaining about? The kangaroo was vegetarian at one point. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not the point.
That's so fucking annoying, but I love your Australian accent. That sounded very New Zealand.
It did sound New Zealand, didn't it?
Vegetarian.
It was vegetarian at one point, Anyway, just calm down. You just shut your mouth and eat your kangaroo. But anyway, I can see what the point is of that,
Yes. So we didn't have any of that.
Yeah, see, so you wouldn't have that on the tour. Yeah.
So the great thing the thing is also, like, even if you're just traveling on your own, right? It's like, it's so hard to find vegan things, especially if you don't speak the language.
And a lot of countries are so meat heavy these days.
Exactly. So it's just so nice to just like have a tour, because we had a tour guide, like a local tour guide, that like stayed with us the whole trip, and they like kind of planned the tour for us.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of there to enjoy and just kind of be told what to do. So it was like actually really nice.
See, that is cool.
It was so nice. And then like the tour guide would like obviously bring us to, different places. It was a vegan food tour, so we would like, eat a lot of food through the whole time. We just like ate and ate and ate. It was just like constant eating. It was awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, it was great. And then I spent a couple extra days in Thailand. Stayed in a vegan hotel. Did you see my stories?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, God, every hotel needs to be a vegan hotel.
Was it amazing?
It's so nice.
Careful with your drink,
I'm just so spoiled now. I don't know how to travel like in a normal setting anymore, because like you're kind of immersed into that environment and you start thinking, oh my God, like everything's vegan, but actually you leave the environment. I like left because I was flying from Thailand to Vietnam. So I was in the airport, and as soon as I was like not in the tour group anymore and I'm in the airport by myself, I'm like, oh, actually there's like no vegan options.
Yeah.
So it was like a reality check. I'm like, oh my God, I like spent a few days, because I spent a few extra days in that vegan hotel.
Yeah.
I spent a few days in the vegan hotel. Everything is vegan. I stayed in Chiang Mai, which is like a super vegan friendly place.
I love Chiang Mai.
So many vegan like places. And then as soon as I left, I'm like, oh, no, reality is no one's vegan.
Yeah. A harsh reality sets in, you know?
But yeah, I want to do more in the future, more tours. We're thinking Bali. I think you need to come next time.
Oh, God, me.
I think you
Little old me in Bali. Yeah. I ain't never been.
You got to be my photographer, though.
Oh, goddamn, that's
That'd
fine.
be the price you pay.
That's fine, guys. I don't mind doing that.
You need to be trained, though. It's
So
anyway, did you miss me?
I did, yeah. I did, Rose.
So it was a great time. Oh my gosh, shout outs to everyone that was on the tour. Oh my God, now we're all like in a group chat together. And I think some people might return for
that would be fun.
Whatever the next tour is. I could do this full time. Like, I am down. Okay.
Yeah, that's exciting. That is fun. I would, like, you know, if I can come, I would love to come on the next one. Rose,
I mean, you better be nice to me.
I will.
You better be nice to me.
Got to play my cards right, guys. You know? Price you
I'll
pay.
know. Like one day, Daniel's just gonna start being really nice
Super
to me.
nice.
As soon as like it's like about to be, I'm about to book this tour.
Yeah. Like, oh, so Rose, what about that tour? Do you need me to do anything for you? Like, are you like needing some assistance with something?
As if you can help me with anything.
Okay.
I'll be the one providing. I'm a provider.
Maybe I don't want to come on this trip, guys. I think I'm realizing quite quickly.
That means we probably have to share
into.
a room. Oh God. Daniel, you're snoring.
Oh my God. Speaking of that, somebody like private messaged me.
What do you mean?
And was like from, I think it was, I can't remember if it was on Instagram or something, or maybe it was our emails or something. Somebody mentioned, and they're like, that I should go get help for my snoring or something, and that I might have sleep apnea. And I was like,
wait, was it rude?
No, it wasn't rude. I think it was just like somebody being like genuinely concerned for my health. But they were like, but it was kind of like the undertone of it. I was like,
it was kind of like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like too much.
It was a lot.
Listen, okay. There's something called unsolicited advice.
I know, that's true.
Listen, a lot of people snore. It's not necessarily a problem, is it?
Well, it is if it's really hardcore and people like, basically sleep apnea is when you, you stop breathing in the night.
Right.
And you're like,
I mean, I've had some, goddamn, I heard you sleeping sometimes.
Rose, you're adding fuel to the fire. This person's going to reach out again.
Listen, you're probably fine. But what causes like sleep apnea?
It's
is it curable?
Yeah, well, it's not curable, but apparently you have to sleep with like a mask on.
I don't think you're that. Actually, I don't know.
And then typically it's for people that have sleep apnea. They're carrying a lot of extra weight.
Yes.
And I think a YouTuber that's recently put on a ton of weight. Well, not recently, over the years. I think what's his name? Nico Cato Avocado.
Oh, you're naming. Okay.
he puts it in his videos, guys. I'm not like naming and shaming.
He has. Oh, that's the mask.
Yeah, like basically when you fall asleep and stuff, you need to wear that mask
because like you might stop breathing.
And it keeps your breathing consistent. No, because the stopping breathing is part of the problem. But what happens when you stop breathing? You don't get oxygen to your brain. And if it happens multiple times in the night, you can actually sustain like not brain damage, but I don't know exactly how it works, guys. Something like this, yeah. Where it's not a good thing, basically.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're fine, but I mean, I'm sure you can see someone if you
want
to.
I was thinking actually like maybe I'll go just to check like a sleeping clinic.
To check something.
Yeah, like I honestly I think I'm fine because typically people that have sleep apnea as well, like they are exhausted the whole day, right? And I get up in the morning and I have a lot of energy. Yeah. So
like you don't have any other issues.
Exactly.
Like if you had other issues or really unhealthy lifestyle habits other than our excessive drinking. Actually, you know what?
Someone also commented on a video about drinking.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Was
it rude? Was it about me and how I'm an alcoholic?
Directed right at you.
I saw that today. I was like, should I fucking comment?
No, don't give them the satisfaction.
Listen, buddy, whoever's listening. First of all, it was so stupid because I'm gonna call you out. Okay?
Yeah.
You can't write shit like you can't write shit like that and expect not to be called out.
This is true.
First of all, we were talking about because it was a story about what was it about the alcoholic husband?
Right.
Who was a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah.
And he got mad at his wife for drinking.
Yeah.
And I got mad at the husband.
Yeah.
Because so then why wouldn't I side with the husband if I was an alcoholic? No?
No, because he's saying that you're...
Oh, he's saying I'm sensitive.
Because you drink. And that's why you sided with her.
Just because I drink does not make me an alcoholic.
I know, but he was like, "Oh, of course, an alcoholic would say that." Like,
that's so stupid. God. Anyway, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote that, that's stupid.
FYI, guys, we do read the comments, as you can see.
Yes, we are humans, and we can read the comments.
Exactly.
So if you leave something mean, we're gonna call you out.
To be fair, most of them are quite nice.
Oh yeah,
I love. Honestly, guys,
nice.
like, thank you for all the comments. We do read them. You know, we might not always comment back, but we definitely go through them and stuff.
Oh my God.
So.
And I saw another one that was like, yeah, I'm calling you fucking people out. Okay. Yeah. I saw another one that was like, oh, this is such, it was like regarding one of our episodes where we were like drinking and we were talking about, I think we were doing the, am I the asshole?
Oh, right.
Which like people are loving.
I know. So many people are like, keep it on the
Except
channel.
For this one guy, he's like, oh, this is such lazy content.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you respond?
I don't think I responded. I left that one. I was like, some of them I don't even, I was like,
I know, you just don't have the energy.
No, I'm like, I see it and I'm like, oh, do I want to like, because the thing is, guys, for those of you that aren't necessarily writing those comments and those of you that are, here's a little piece of advice for you. Typically those types of people, like if you comment to them, it's like you fuel. It's a losing battle in a sense that like you will never get them to see your point of view. It's like, I remember one person commented a long time ago when we talked about like gun legislation in the US and they were like so adamant against it, and we were like commenting with them and like going back and forth, and it was just going nowhere. We just could not, like, it was just like, it's not happening, you know. Anyways,
hopefully today's episode is not lazy.
Well,
okay.
According to some people, it's lazy. We're alcoholics. We're fucking, and that's another thing too. Okay, you know what? For that person that said it, lazy content. Okay, first of all, let me tell you guys,
we're like really not making money from this.
I know. First of all, first that. And then secondly, it's like the reason that we did those Am I the Asshole is because we didn't want to take a break on the podcast, right?
Yes.
So we literally, guys, like, and obviously we're not like bitching at like most of our audience.
One comment.
I know. But like we actually had to
pre-record for multiple hours.
We were literally like, for a couple of days, guys, we were like just recording episodes, like hours upon hours of content to pre-record so that we never took a break. And I'm like, and then some dickhead has the audacity to be like, lazy content. It's like, bitch, you go record back-to-back episodes over like 2 days and then edit everything
and put it out on all the platforms.
Exactly. So like, come on, please. Like, I'm sorry. It's so this is one thing that does frustrate me. It's like the keyboard warriors. It would be like,
there's like two and we get so true.
I know. No, it's so funny. At least we don't get too many. Like then I'll be like, oh God.
It's because we're not as big yet. So imagine. Oh my God.
I don't want to. Well, I mean, I want us to get bigger and grow and stuff, but like that's what I'm not ready for. But like I just like think to myself, and I always go back to my ex-roommate who was a keyboard warrior and literally is the definition. And whenever I see those comments though, it makes me think of him and it makes it less like pointing because he literally, guys, my ex-roommate that I was like living with at the time, for days on end would not leave his bedroom. Okay. Just sitting and laying in his bed doing nothing.
Yeah.
He would get like tons of takeout delivered to his house.
Oh God.
Like Domino's pizzas, all this shit. Did not leave his room except to go to the bathroom. And literally was on his keyboard, on his laptop. Meanwhile, like people are out having a good time. So I'm like, literally find a better use of your time, buddy.
Like he would be writing hate comments.
He was like in full Twitter fights with like trying to like attack politicians and stuff.
This is the thing. Sometimes, guys, we need to get out and touch the grass. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little too much internet is not good for us. Speaking of which, shall we move into the stories? I actually have a story that we don't have planned.
Okay, let's do it, guys.
We have to talk about it for a second because there was a huge, this is kind of like over and done with now.
Okay.
But, this was in the TikTok,
I know how much love, we all know how much love Rose loves Rose to her TikTok.
TikTok has sucked me in, okay?
Yeah.
But the drama is there's a girl named Mikayla, right? She's like she's a beauty guru. She does like makeup tutorials.
Yeah.
And she's huge on TikTok. She has like, I don't know, like millions, like tens of millions of followers. Like we're talking over 10 million. Okay. And so she blew up over the last like 2 years. Like TikTok is insane.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, she's huge. And this clip of her that apparently it was actually filmed and posted like 2 years ago when she was like first kind of starting out.
Yeah.
This clip of her went viral. Somebody clipped out this little part where she was basically saying, try being an influencer. Oh, she's like, I literally woke up at 6 a.m. this morning. I started working and I just finished work and it's 5:19. Try being an influencer for a day. So that was the clip that like she posted.
Yeah.
Okay. People went fucking insane. Turns out the clip. Well, first of all, what do you think based on just that?
Well, based on just that, so she said she was working, and then it was because was this when
she said she woke up at 6.
Yeah,
and she has worked nonstop essentially, and she's exhausted. It's 5:19 now. She's finally finished work.
Yeah,
and she said, "Try being an influencer for a day."
Yeah, what I have to say to that, in some ways, but this is only because I know you, right? But I think, Again, I think it's like it's a little bit cringy content. You know what I mean? Because everybody works hard and stuff. But I do think like maybe she shouldn't have put it out there. But at the same time, I think too many people think that being an influencer is super easy. They think, oh, it's a walk in the park. Like, you know, it's so easy to become an influencer. And once you are, it's like, you know, money just rolls in. And they make like big influencers make a lot of money, right? At the end of the day, though, it is a shitload of work. Yeah. Right. Like I see like Rose, and she's like working her ass off all the time. And even before her channel really took off, you had a full-time job and was doing it in the evening. So like, for people to like shit on that and be like, oh, you know, like attacking her, being like, oh, well, like I don't know what like you'll have to tell me more,
I'll
but
give
like
you the context.
If people are like attacking her as like, oh, you're just an influencer, well, that's bullshit because it is hard work. What I would say though is, you know, like not everyone, but a lot of us are working hard. We don't necessarily have to put that content out and be like, try a day in the life of me. You know, it's like, well, get over yourself a little bit, you know?
So the context is, so anyway, that clip went viral, but what they did was it was one of those things where, you know how on TikTok you can respond to a comment? Yeah. So she was responding to a comment of somebody saying, oh, like you wouldn't last a day in a 9 to 5, something like this. Okay. So she was like defending herself essentially. Yeah. Being like, you don't understand what it's like, essentially. Like I still work. This is why she said she worked from 6 to 5. Because people were harping on the fact that she said she worked till 5:19. They're like, oh my God, that's not even that late. But she was saying like, I worked longer than 9 to 5, essentially. Yeah. And then even it was what was annoying to me was like so many people that were actual like influencers essentially were like jumping on this and being like, I mean, being an influencer is just infinitely easier. I'm like, first of all, you're TikTok influencers, so shut the fuck up. Yeah. It's a little different on YouTube. Let me just tell you. But even then, like it's just annoying when people jump on that bandwagon because listen, I've worked 9 to 5. And many of my, like I've worked 9 to 5, three 9 to 5 jobs. And I would say at least 2 of those jobs were easier than what I do now. Yeah. Like, again, we could argue, like, it's so stupid. And then people are like, oh, is it easier than being a firefighter? Is it easier than being a doctor? I'm like, she never said it was easier than being a doctor. Exactly. God, people are so annoying. But people do jump on that. There's this misconception. And that's why especially so many young people are like, well, not just young people, a lot of people just like, I want to be an influencer. If you want to be an influencer and it's that easy, do it. Exactly. But then they think to themselves, they're like, I want to be an influencer. But then they start to realize like how much work it is. And then they're like, oh, actually, work extra. Exactly. Like this is the thing people forget. When you're a social media, and I'm not one, obviously, but I'm friends with Rose, who is one. You be a podcaster? Oh, goddamn. I is a podcaster, guys. But like, you know, Rose is constantly working. Like we're out for dinner and she's like, wait, got to take pictures, got to do that. You know what I mean? Like they're never stopping. And like that is hard work all the time to be constantly doing it. Right. So I think it's not fair for people to make those assumptions. I mean, it's definitely not the hardest job and it's definitely a very privileged job. Yeah. But people are just fucking annoying. Well, and I think, again, when it comes to work and what you're doing, you can't compare any jobs. Like I'm not saying I'll have a day where I'm like, fuck, I'm so stressed, my job's stressful. And you're allowed to complain. Exactly. But someone's not gonna be like, well, and never would I say that I'm working harder than a doctor or whatever. But then someone's like, oh, you're not a doctor. Well, yeah, I'm not a fucking doctor. I never said I was. You know? Exactly. We could make the same argument about anything. Yeah. People are so fucking annoying. It's like there's gonna be always, you know, maybe there's like the hardest job in the world. I don't know what it is, but like even every single job, there's probably a job out there that's harder than that job and easier than that job. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the same with like wealth. There's some people that are rich. Exactly. Some people are really rich. Some people aren't, blah, blah, blah. It's like the same with work. Like some jobs are easy. Exactly. And some jobs aren't. Are many jobs that are easier than an influencer, let me tell you. Yeah. Maybe you don't make as much money. Yeah. But, you know, we didn't talk about money. We're talking about what's easier and what's harder. Yeah. It's not, and just because you make more money does not mean you're not tired at the end of the day. Exactly. Oh, anyway. Next story. God damn. So guys, more influencer. Oh my God. News. So actually there's like a lot of drama happening right now. There's a lot of cheating scandals. Oh my God. Like what the fuck is going on? I don't know. So let me preface this. Okay. Okay. Let me preface this. Okay. I want you to preface it, Daniel. Lay it out for us. Okay. So I don't know if you guys know, Rose, do you know who the Try Guys are? I do know, but I don't really watch them.
Okay. So the Try Guys, they got their start on BuzzFeed.
Yes.
They blew up on BuzzFeed, as a lot of people do. Obviously, BuzzFeed has like, you know, they're like one of those corporations that's like pushing out content. And I don't know, the Try Guys were just like this group of fun-loving guys. You know, everybody kind of like liked them. They were really like
dorky kind of.
Yeah, dorky,
like
nerdy.
Cute,
yeah, like
just wholesome.
Exactly. And they would do all of these like really fun kind of like the Try Guys try doing this, or the Try Guys, you know, like that was kind of their content that they were pushing out. And they just seemed like such a group of like nice friends, and they actually ended up, because they were growing so much and stuff, and I guess there was some, I don't remember the whole story of what happened with BuzzFeed, but I also think that BuzzFeed with the creators, there's like some drama. There's usually
always drama,
and I have a feeling it has to do with like the cuts and stuff of what they're getting, because like they obviously, their channel and their content on BuzzFeed was blowing up, and I'm sure BuzzFeed probably pays them a salary or something, and they're kind of like, okay, what the fuck.
And I think they're like limited as to what they can do as individuals. So oftentimes when people work for BuzzFeed, they create all this content and they kind of become kind of famous, right? And like the Try Guys, for example. Yeah. But then they can't like really build much fame outside of BuzzFeed on their own platforms, I think. Yeah. So then after they leave, they start making all these videos that are like, why I quit BuzzFeed? Why I quit BuzzFeed?
Yeah. So many people have done that.
I'm surprised though that BuzzFeed allowed them to keep the Try Guys name. Yeah. Because like usually like the company might try to, maybe they, I don't know, negotiate.
They might have had
something.
an agreement.
I think so.
Like I think maybe even when they went on to BuzzFeed, maybe they were smart and in their contract. Who knows, guys?
They should have, right? Because believe me when I say BuzzFeed probably would have come after them if they used the name without permission. Exactly.
100% they would have. So basically, you know, they had their start at BuzzFeed. Then they started their own channel, which luckily, you know, they blew
their
up.
own company, essentially.
Yeah, their own company. Yeah, they have their own media production company. Again, really primarily on YouTube, I think. But like, still doing the same kind of Try Guy experiments. I've watched some of them. They're so funny. Like there was one where the four of them, they got like famous drag queens to like do them up in drag. And then their families came and they did like a drag performance for them. Aww. And like some of them, like Ned's wife came to support him, you know, to see him, you know, doing his thing on stage.
So why are we talking about the Try Guys today, Daniel?
The reason we're talking about the Try Guys, guys, if you don't know,
it's been blowing up, man.
It's been blowing up. So basically, because there's like a few layers to the story, right?
There's many layers.
So Ned Fulmer, who's one of the Try Guys, he basically...
There's 4 of them.
There's 4, yeah.
Well, now there's 3.
Now there's 3. Now they really are. They're like a tripod.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So anyway...
You better hope no one else cheats.
Oh, God. God damn. So Ned Fulmer was out on a work do or something, I think.
Some kind of trip. Some kind of thing.
And they were all out at a nightclub. There's all of them, a ton of them. And there was like I guess somebody...
They were all at a nightclub.
Yeah. There was like a bunch of people.
Really?
Yeah.
Like staff?
Yeah, like the staff. Well, this is where it gets interesting. Okay. So, and guys, I might not say it exactly right, but this is kind of like hearsay, like the whispers of like what happened. There's a picture that got circulated. Somebody had taken a picture of Ned at the club making out with one of the coworkers.
An
employee who, not one of the other Try Guys, one of the employees of the BuzzFeed company, BuzzFeed of their company, and he basically like denied it and was like nothing happened.
He denied it.
I think initially, and then basically it came out that he had cheated. He was having an affair with one of the employees, one of the producers or something, and basically
who was also engaged.
Yes.
So basically, Ned, this guy is married, has 2 children, I believe, and the producer was in a 10-year-long relationship, and was recently engaged, and it turns out that they were having a secret affair, and it turns out somebody was, spying on them, but I'm surprised they were making out in front of, like.
Well, maybe it wasn't all the coworkers, but I know that there's a picture of them at...
there is, but I thought that I think they were all at some kind of... They traveled to a different city, I think.
Yeah.
And they were doing some kind of thing, like a work trip. And I think, my guess, I don't know, my guess is that the 2 went out. Okay. And then they were making out.
Yeah.
That's what... whatever.
And then a fan, because they're huge, a fan probably saw them and was like...
Oh my God. First of all...
You got to be careful who you make out with, Rose. You might have a cheap, lazy vegan fan in the audience.
Listen, ain't nobody married with 2 kids, okay?
That's true. That is true. You're not married with 2 kids.
But I think the other scandal was that a lot of people were saying that this guy like built, I mean, I don't really watch the Try Guys.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
they're saying that this guy built his image around like loving his wife.
Oh, huge. He was like the doting husband. Like he was like really nerdy and he'd always talk about like his...
It's always these ones.
I know.
It's always these ones.
These are the guys you watch out for, right? The ones that are always
Yes.
like, oh, I love my wife so much.
The like super like morally, you know, the people that act really morally, you know, whatever, like pure.
Yeah.
It's always like the family man, you know?
Yeah. The nice guy.
And it's always like shock.
Yeah, shocker. So anyway, I guess the Try Guys posted on their Instagram. They basically just said, they threw out a post. This was on the 27th of September, guys. Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys as a result of a thorough internal review.
Oh, shit.
We do not see a path forward together. We thank you for your support as we navigate this change.
Goddamn, that's a pretty harsh statement as well. Like it's not even like we support Ned or, you know, like obviously they can't say that.
Yeah. I think it's because there's multiple levels. I think because there's also the employee involved.
Yeah.
Like there was too many.
It's a little controversial.
Yeah. There was too many things going on. I think maybe, and I don't know this, right? Like, but again, Ned had built this brand for himself. He had built this brand of this doting husband, and now he's like not that.
This is why you should not involve your family.
I know. I think this is the danger, guys, of relationship channels.
Yes.
Of building a brand on being.
Just imagine. Listen, I'm not saying that, you know, you should all go out and cheat, but like, just imagine. Like, I can't imagine. Like, of course he shouldn't have done this, but I can't help but to feel bad for these people that are. It's just out there.
Yeah.
Like again, they shouldn't have done this. And all that stuff, obviously, okay, they're betraying the trust and everything. But imagine it all out there. I feel more bad for like the wife and kids.
Of course, yeah.
Like that's fucking embarrassing.
Those are the real people that are the, you know what I mean?
Like I feel bad for them because it's like now literally your dad's like, come on.
I know.
Can you fucking imagine?
No.
It is all out there on the internet.
Yep.
That's traumatic.
That is traumatic. Ned's also posted, guys.
Right. So he posted after like the Try Guys posted like, oh, Ned's no longer working with us.
Yeah. He posts, family should have always been my priority, but I lost focus and had a consensual workplace relationship. I'm sorry for any pain that my actions would have caused to the guys and the fans, but most of all to Ariel.
Ariel is the wife.
I'm thinking it's the wife. The only thing that matters to me right now is my marriage and my children. So that's what I'm going to focus my attention on.
Buddy, you weren't thinking about that when you were
funny how
you.
I know. I'm like, come on. Like okay. I don't know. You know, it's great that, you know, he does this statement, he's doing this, whatever. But he's like, you know, the most of all, I'm so sad to Ariel. And I'm like, the thing that frustrates me about these situations is he's only sad because he got caught. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, God.
I feel like this affair wouldn't have continued if he felt so sad about Ariel.
Right.
And, you know, really he needs to focus all of his attention on his family. It's like, come on.
And they had, like, they're admitting they had like a full on relationship.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even just like, you know, one drunken night.
Exactly.
It's like you like full on had an affair.
Full on.
God damn.
Full on.
Full on.
God damn.
Oh, it's messy, man.
Yeah.
It's messy.
It's very messy.
I mean, I just literally, this is why, guys, seriously, being famous is not good. And especially if you're like internet famous, you can like kind of hide your, you know, personal life a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably recommended.
Yeah.
Okay. Because people fuck up. Listen, again, not condoning cheating, but if you fuck, like, you know, shit happens in a relationship. Okay.
Shit does happen.
And I just would not want people to know.
Exactly. You don't want the only people you really want to know is like your friends and family, right? Like,
and really, it's none of anyone's business.
I know.
It really isn't our business.
Exactly.
But it's out there, so we're talking about
it. It is. I mean, it is out there. You know, it is unfortunate. I think, you know, obviously there's something that would be better addressed behind closed doors.
Oh, God.
But you are a famous person, unfortunately, and this is
God.
what happens. And I don't know. Again, I'm sure he feels bad, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, why did you go there in the first place?
Oh God, yeah.
You know, there's many reasons. I'm not like saying that, you know.
Should we talk about monogamy?
Oh, I don't know if we should go into that right this second, Rose. Because we have another story actually. That's
oh my God, this one is like, okay, this one's interesting. So this one's a little bit. So this happened before the Ned situation. So Adam Levine. Okay, I'm sure everyone and their grandmother knows about this at this point.
Oh, did you ever have a?
I thought he was hot before.
Were you a Leviner? I don't know if that's the right term, guys. A Leviner.
He's not Bieber, okay?
I know.
I'm not a believer. Okay?
When he first came out, like This Love, I think that was their first single or whatever. I was like, yes.
I mean, I thought he was a good-looking guy for
sure. There's a video. I can't remember which music video, guys. I'll have to look it up. There's one where he's like wearing like a tight-fitted gray suit, and he's just walking, and his legs look so muscular in his pants.
Are you still into it now that he's a cheater?
No, not anymore. Adam, you've lost me. You're never going to get the chance to hook up with me anymore because you're a cheater.
I mean, he could hook up with you and then you could just leave him on the side.
That's true.
So Adam Levine, I mean, are we shocked? No one's shocked.
No.
So, well, here's the thing. This is what happened. As far as I know, okay? A girl on TikTok, I think she made a TikTok video.
Okay.
Where she was like, I had an affair with a man married to a Victoria's Secret model. That's how she started this video. Okay. Which I thought was an interesting way to start. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of people have kind of criticized her as well. Yeah. Because so she goes on to basically, she does say it in the video that it was Adam Levine. Yeah. And so I'm like, why are you starting off the video saying, you know, being all cryptic? Yeah, you know, like, why don't you just immediately say it? Yeah. And then she also says that, you know, she was like, you know, I was naive and I was like like essentially she is like, you know, insinuating that she was kind of manipulated into the relationship. Yeah. And then she shows a few like screenshots of him being like, you're so hot. Like, oh my God.
In her DMs, right?
In her DMs. Yeah. Okay, listen. These famous dudes need to, like, you know, think with their brain for a second. I know. Not their dick. Okay. Because this is the thing. At least, okay, again, not condoning any of this, but at least with the Ned situation, it sounds like he was like actually having an affair, which again, not okay, but it's like, you know, he was having some kind of affair. And it seemed that he was trying to hide it, although it's kind of stupid that they were making out in public. Okay. Yeah. But this guy is sending random DMs. This famous, like really actually very famous, hugely famous singer, Adam Levine, is sending DMs to girls that are like Instagram models. Yeah. Okay. That he doesn't even know.
That's so fucked up.
It's like, do you not know you can do a screenshot? Like, do you not know that they could expose you?
They will provide the read receipts.
They will provide the receipts. Yeah. And you are sending them to these girls that probably want clout. Yeah. You know, they're living in LA. They want to be famous. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they don't mind being associated with, you know, a famous rock star. Okay. Are you dumb? Yeah. Are you stupid? But some people are speculating they did because he denies that they had an affair.
He denies everything. He said, well, he said,
I did not have an affair. Yeah. But I crossed the line.
Okay.
So, I mean, it is still like cheating, I think, to be messaging girls like that.
Like, why are you messaging other girls like that?
And also, again, are you stupid? Yeah. Even if you didn't, that's even dumber if you didn't have an affair. I'm sorry. Because was it worth it? Was it worth it to tell the girl that you think she's hot? And then the crazy part is, apparently, again, I don't know who I believe. I mean, I think it's very possible that he, you know, actually had an affair. Yeah. But also it's very possible that they didn't. There isn't really that much evidence. Yeah. Right? It's just DMs at the end of the day.
Oh my God. It's so funny, actually, now that you speak of this.
What?
I think some people, because I was watching some TikToks the other day and I was like, why are people like, this guy came forward as a joke and was like, Adam Levine is in my DMs. And then he like would pretend it like, and he had like receipts, you know? And it was like kind of stupid because
was it like your body is insane? And then it was like a picture of him.
Yeah. Something like this. I don't know. It was like random shit, but he was like, it was obviously off of this, of what's happened. Yeah. So
we don't know, right? We don't actually know the truth. It could be that they did. It could be that they didn't. Either way, they were DMing each other. Yeah. And she said that like, you know, they had some kind of affair. Yeah. She didn't really go into too much detail. And then later she said like a year later or something, he had messaged her basically being like, can I name my child after you? What the fuck? Like, cause like, what's her name?
Oh, sorry.
Her name is, I can't remember her name. It was like Sumner or something really weird, right? Yeah, here it is. Yeah.
It was Sumner Stroh.
Yeah. So basically, I don't know if that's her real name or if it was her like, I don't know, Instagram name or whatever.
Or her stripper name?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think she's a stripper.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
Are you being misogynistic?
Oh, no, roses.
Oh, there she is. She'd be talking over there.
Oh, that's her.
That'd be Sumner.
Sumner.
Sumner. So I guess
it sounds really sexual when you say it, Rose.
Sumner.
Oh, goddamn it.
But like,
Sumner.
okay, I'm sorry. What is going through your head?
Yeah.
That first of all, like,
this is like where
your wife is pregnant.
Yeah.
With a boy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess it would be just as disturbing, if not more disturbing, if it was a girl.
Yeah.
But like, and you want to name your child after the woman that you apparently had an affair with?
That's fucked up. That is fucked up on so many levels.
That's literally like, that's gross. That's weird.
Dad, where did I get my name from? Whoa, let me tell you.
And like, does he have other children?
Fuck?
Because like, where did they get their names?
Oh, God,
now I'd be questioning everything now.
It looks like they do have other kids.
Listen, if I was his wife, I'd be questioning how'd you come up with the first two?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Who
They
will
have
you
2
be
daughters.
sleeping with?
They have 2 other daughters
Oh God,
named Dusty and Geo.
interesting. Sound a little like some Instagram model names.
We should look those up. Hey. Apparently, after all of this, though, some more people have come forward and saying that like Adam Levine
Are we
sending them flirty
surprised?
messages.
Listen, he's a good-looking lead singer of a band.
Yeah.
Literally, like 99% of the time, they will cheat.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not surprised.
This is the thing. I'm just like, you're right. This is especially like I feel like in Hollywood.
Yes.
And not just Hollywood, but also what is like the music?
These industries, entertainment
industry. I just feel like the thing is you literally have people throwing themselves at you.
Exactly.
Like anybody would struggle in those situations.
Yes.
Like,
Not to condone it.
Oh
but
yeah, of course not. Like it's like if you're with your partner and you go on tour or something and you have like literally gorgeous model people just like being like, do whatever you want to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, you're like, oh my God. Like,
I mean, you might as well just be in an open relationship at that point.
Exactly. I feel like this would solve a lot of problems for these people.
I feel like if I were dating someone like Adam Levine, I'd be like, okay, we got to come up with some kind of
ground rule. We got to come up with some ground rules here.
You know, like we are each other's primaries.
We are the primaries.
But
and then
if you want, you know, you can do some physical things with other people.
Isn't that the rumor that like that's what Will and Jada had? There was
a
rumor that
I don't think it was a rumor. I think they
like
actually said it. Yeah.
They do have a
Well, I don't know if they still do, but I think they said that they did. But I don't know if it was like a very healthy one. Like it sounded like
I watched a documentary. Not a documentary. It was like talking about some open relationships and stuff. And there was like couples that were coming forward and talking about how great it was for their relationship.
Yes.
But it was funny because like all the couples that came forward, it seemed like one person was the one that wanted the open relationship and the other person was just with that person and like wanted so much to be with that person that they were like, let's have an open relationship.
See, they say that again. I'm not very well versed in this, field, but I used to listen to that podcast with
Dan Savage. Yeah, and he's in the what throuple? No, he's in an open relationship.
He's in an open relationship. So he's in a polyamorous. I don't know. There's many types of these. Yeah. It's a whole world. Okay. If you want to ever explore this world, like I'm sure you can find a lot of very interesting information.
And interesting people. Yeah.
But you know what? I feel like they're doing something right. Anyway, so, but I think it's just hard for us to get past that mental block.
Okay? Exactly. Someone I knew from younger years, they're in a throuple.
A throuple, really? Yeah. See, that's even more weird.
An open throuple.
An open. So they're just fucking everybody.
I know. I was like, I don't understand what's going on here. Like an open throuple. Like does this? Because in my mind, like it's already hard enough, at least for me, to meet somebody to go home with or date or whatever. So like, you have to put a lot of work into that.
It's not hard for you to meet somebody to go home with.
That's true. But it's still a little bit of work. So if I'm constantly on the apps trying to meet people to fuck, and then I come home, I fuck my throuple, then I'm meeting someone else. It's like, what are you like? There's not enough time in the day.
I know. Like, do you have jobs?
I know. Like, what do you do?
Are you working?
Like,
are you an influencer that does nothing all day?
Apparently, you know, I'm like, I barely can keep up with my life, and I'm just single by myself.
I know,
and like
right?
Now throw an open throuple into this.
Oh my God! Imagine. That's the thing. That's so much work. Just imagine, just like even doing the work of going out there to find, because like some of these people are very serious about their open relationship.
Oh yeah.
Like they'll be in their whatever primary relationship, and then they'll go out seeking for like other partners through the week. Yeah. I'm like, how do you have time?
I know.
How do you have time? It kind of amazes me.
It does. It amazes me that they find the time. But then I also think this is the part of me where, it's hard for me to conceptually understand, only because I'm like, if I'm with somebody, I do expect a certain level of attention and everything else. Sure. And I feel like if you're constantly doing that other stuff, because there isn't much time. Like we all know, we're all busy people. If you're also doing that on the side, even if it's consensual, and you're like saying, "Hey, we're in an open relationship." It's like, how much time are you actually focusing on me and our relationship?
Right.
That's the part that because I mean, again, maybe I don't know.
But you don't want to spend 24 hours with your partner.
No, I don't. But I'm just saying, like, even with how busy lives are, like even
on
top of that, having that extra level of something else going on, it's too much. It is too much.
Well, maybe
guys.
it's the way forward because everyone's cheating on everybody, anyways.
Well, this is true. Well, there's the argument.
Listen, everyone's cheating on everybody. Mm-hmm. Okay. Like, name one Hollywood star that hasn't been caught cheating. I swear.
There's a few, I think, that haven't been caught.
Yeah. It's just everywhere.
That's the key.
I don't know. It's very interesting. But it's yeah. Anyway, there she is. There's the hot model that slept with the guy with the Victoria's Secret model wife.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, guys, if you're a celebrity, just stop slipping into people's DMs if you're in a relationship, because that shit will.
Well, that's another thing. It's like, you are Adam Levine, dude.
I know.
You don't have to slide into people's DMs. I don't understand this. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why are you sliding into people's DMs? You probably could find someone to like sleep with right after your right after your concert.
Yeah.
Like, people will line up.
Exactly.
Okay? I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't get it either. I'm like,
but it's you know, I feel bad for the family and the future son, Sumner.
Sumner. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Oh Lord. Okay, what's next? Oh God, what is this?
Did you hear about this story?
No.
Okay, so this is like, it's not newsworthy, guys, but it's kind of like everything wrong with America.
Everything wrong with the Kardashians
and America. Not America, but like.
Talk to me.
Basically, I guess this was in a recent episode, I think, of Keeping Up with the Kardashians or whatever their new TV show is. I haven't seen it. And basically, Kris Jenner says to Khloe.
Oh, I think I saw a clip of Khloe responding. Okay,
yeah.
Continue.
So basically, she kind of, I guess they were like in Beverly Hills, and she basically kind of forgot that she had a condo in Beverly Hills. Like, she literally was like, and who knows how much of this she did for publicity.
Yeah.
She goes on to say, so they go to visit this condo, and the fridge is filled with like old frozen beans and alcohol. Like, it's not really being used.
Right.
And then
it's just empty.
Yeah. And then she goes one step further.
Can we stop giving these people money? Like, it actually pisses me off.
It's ridiculous. Like, it's honestly, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. So, it was on season 2 premiere of the Kardashians. Jenner and her daughter Khloe visit the condo, which Kris said she hadn't been to since Christmas. And I guess she used the condo, or she claims that she used the condo to wrap Christmas presents.
That's the use of the condo?
Pretty much.
She got a condo in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
This has to be a publicity stunt.
Yeah, here we go. Jennifer said she Jennifer. Why do I keep saying Jennifer?
Because it says Jenner.
Kris said that she typically used the condo as a wrapping station for the family Christmas, calling it Santa's workshop, but that she didn't visit frequently.
Seriously? Tax the fucking rich.
This
requires a fucking revolution.
I know, but to be fair, she got like
backlash.
So much backlash. People are really going to town on this, which they should.
I think it's a publicity stunt.
Yeah, probably.
It has to be, because they know how much of a rise people like they get when they do shit like this.
Oh yeah.
They've been doing this shit like this for the last like fucking, I swear, the last year, there's always, every single month, it's been like Kylie Jenner rides her private jet, takes a photo in front of it. Like, it is like, it cannot be, I don't know. I feel like it has to be publicity.
It shouldn't be that surprising.
I mean, it's not surprising.
You know, it's just like when you hear stories like this, whether it's true or not, the fact is she did have a condo that's barely used.
I mean, that's not surprising.
I know. And and this just exacerbates the problem that we're seeing in so many cities where there's vacant condos or vacant properties that just aren't being used and are taking away from other people that are actually living in the city that need accommodation. Maybe obviously they wouldn't be able to afford probably her condo, but you know, it still takes a place off the market, right? And it's like these really mega wealthy people who we're still giving our money to. And
it's so disposable. Like this condo in Beverly Hills is basically just a throwaway condo.
Exactly.
And then what also, this is the clip I saw. Oh yeah. This is the clip I saw, which pissed me off and I think pissed other people off. And it was Khloe, which is like Kris's daughter.
Yeah.
And she said, I can't wait to be wealthy enough so that I can forget I have property somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I have a condo in Beverly Hills. I forgot about that. That's your aspiration?
Yeah.
Like, you want to be rich enough? Like, you already don't have enough money?
I know. She already does. She does have
enough
money.
Like, you don't have enough money?
They're
like,
all fucking multi-millionaires.
That should not be an aspiration.
I know. That's sad that's an aspiration.
Imagine, like, that's the thing. You have to understand that when you get to a certain level of wealth, it's probably boring, which is why you forget. You buy all this random shit to keep your life interesting. But then it's not interesting after the 500th, like, you know, Hermes bag that you bought.
Exactly.
Okay.
It loses its, and this is the thing that I think a lot of people forget. And I was a culprit of this as well. I think more so until I went traveling.
Yes.
And then I remember I went on my backpacking trip and and this is like a small example of how it's just human nature that we get bored, right? And I remember I was backpacking through Central America and I spent so much time on beaches. Beautiful beaches everywhere, snorkeling and doing all this stuff. And I remember we went to a pretty famous town. I can't remember exactly. I think it was Playa del Carmen, I want to say. And me and my friends, at this point, we've been on so many beaches that we were just like, we don't need to go down to the beach.
Yeah.
We were like, let's just go do something in town, like whatever. Let's go get some beer or do whatever, right? And that in itself, I always reflect back on that moment and I'm like, oh my God, like that just shows you, again, when you have this much wealth and you can just buy all the bags you want in the world, buy all these apartments, it becomes meaningless. You don't have to work for it. You know what I mean? Like you have this level of wealth where it's like, nothing becomes like a thing. Like right now, if I wanted to get like something nice for my house, I'd have to work, I'd have to save. It would mean something when I got it and I would cherish it because it would be valuable to me.
Yeah.
But once you have
if you're
that,
like super rich,
it wouldn't be.
Yeah, and you already have like 15 properties.
It means,
like who cares?
Exactly.
It's another property.
Exactly. It just means nothing. It's where I wrap my kids. It's
Oh
Santa's workshop. This one, I think they said it was like around $1.6 million. This condo.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And that's chump change to these people.
It
They
is.
probably make that every day.
But then again, this really brings up the argument of like, okay, like people are like, don't tax the rich, like don't do it. It's like,
tax the fucking rich.
Come on, guys.
And we're idolizing these people.
That's the sad part. That's what I mean is like the Kardashians, you know, and again, the Kardashians are players of the game, right? Like they're playing the game and good on them for being able to get this much media and attention. Cause I thought they would just be like a 10-15 minute thing on TV back in the day.
Right.
I didn't expect them to keep going.
Yeah.
But they're smart. I mean, in terms of like what they're doing, but like at the end of the day, there's something wrong with our society.
Use some of that money for like donate some of that money.
This is what I mean. It's like you have a $1.6 million condo in Beverly Hills that you don't use. Why don't you take that $1.6 million, fucking invest it in a charity or something?
Yes.
You know, like do something
maybe
good
they do
with
give
that.
something, but
They probably do. But I'm like, if you have this level,
much,
obviously you can afford to donate more.
Yeah.
Like,
why do you? I don't. Oh my God.
And then the fact that Chloe did say that I can't wait to be wealthy enough. It's like, bitch, you
are wealthy.
You are wealthy already.
You're so full of shit. Again,
what more do you need?
I don't know. This has to be some kind of. They must know how ridiculous this sounds, but who the fuck knows?
It's like when Kim said about women working hard.
Yes.
They're doing all of this for publicity, and they're getting it.
I feel like they might be. I don't know. Or maybe they are so out of touch that they...
Well, at the end of the day, this is all on their Kardashian show, which they have a team of writers that plan the shows.
Totally.
They have all of this stuff. They're like, we need... And it was the season 2 premiere.
It has to
What
be
a better
fake.
way to get some traction.
Yes. Because then people are going to be like, oh, what other crazy shit are they going to say next?
Exactly. Well, it was like towards the end of the Kardashians. I remember seeing this one episode where... Kris hires someone to attack her, or no, hires like a fake person to like attack her on Kim's property because Kim had like security.
Like it was a prank.
Yeah, it was a prank on Kim.
Okay.
And Kim watched the video footage and saw her mom like being attacked. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's fake.
I was like, guys, this is so ridiculous. Like you have so much money that you're just like fucking just wasting this random shit doing.
Oh my God.
Absolutely doing nothing.
Literally.
They're bored. They're
so bored.
They're like, what do we do, guys? Let's get the writing team together. What are some interesting things we can do for the show that's going to be so ridiculous? And, you know, let's rent an island.
Is this like the last episode or no, is it like the last season or are they doing more?
I don't know, but this is only their second season. Because remember they had the
so this is different from Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, so they had Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
So what's this one?
This is just called The Kardashians, maybe? Let's see. What did it say on here? I actually haven't watched it.
because this is a new like network.
Yeah, because what happened was, I guess, I don't know what network they were on before, but they had like, I think they did like 17 seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. God. And then there was like a big announcement and they were like, no, we're not going to be doing the Kardashians anymore.
Right. Yeah. Because I remember they were like, oh, it's over.
It's over. And then they like got bought by, I think it's Hulu.
Yeah.
And now they're doing they must have been given a lot of money from Hulu.
Oh my God.
And then they're doing season, like this is their second season, I guess, called The Kardashians.
Aren't they tired?
I don't know.
Like a part of me like admires their, drive to continue to make more money.
I know.
Because at that point, I'd just be like, I'm just going to fucking retire and go to the Bahamas.
But this is what I don't,
I don't understand.
I guess this is what I don't get. It's
maybe this is the difference between us and them, and this is why they're multi-millionaires, if not billionaires.
Exactly. But then I'm like, again, once like how much?
Happy?
Yeah, how much is too much? Like, I mean, how much money do you need to like just enjoy life?
Exactly.
Because
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm telling you right now, if I came into a substantial amount of money for whatever reason,
you'd be retired.
I'll be retiring. Like, I would probably still do the podcast with you, but I would also be traveling the world. I would just be enjoying life. Yeah, like,
I don't get it.
I wouldn't have a schedule. I wouldn't be doing any of this stuff. Like, again, good on you.
You can work on the passion projects,
exactly.
But like doing these like all these new businesses and selling all this shit and like all these schemes, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like you have enough. I don't know. I don't understand.
I know.
Like I get that they have children, but like are you planning on giving millions and millions of dollars to your children? Yeah, they probably are. I mean, that's how they grew up, I guess. I don't know. I don't.
Well, they had like trust funds and stuff. Like they were already wealthy before they became
famous.
This whole
like family is just so fucking rich.
I know, it's crazy, and it's annoying. Like for example, like Kylie Cosmetics, and there was a lot of controversy when she was like announced as like the self-made billionaire or something, and I was like,
my eyes have never rolled so far to the back of my head.
I'm not disagreeing, like we just said, like they have so much money, but they're still working.
They are. I'm sure they work hard.
They keep working, but like to say that they're self-made, you just can't say that.
They must just really like the fame.
Yeah.
Like that. I think that must be what it is.
I think they feed off of it.
I think they're afraid of becoming irrelevant.
Yeah.
I think they're very, very like high off the fame.
Yeah.
And that must be it. Like they
Do you
just
think they'll ever become irrelevant?
I mean, yeah, they're going to get old at some point. But I mean, they're building an empire. They keep having children.
Yeah. So they'll just continue on.
They'll
the
probably teach
Kardashian
their children.
brand.
Yeah, they'll probably teach their children how to do this.
Yeah.
Because like, how many kids do they have at this point? Like, they've got a lot. Like amongst the Jenners and the Kardashians.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of kids.
See, I think Rob did the right thing in like distancing himself. Not distancing himself, but
like,
he's not
that's
really
the brother.
Yeah, he's not really involved with like the show or anything like that. He was for a little bit, but I think he kind of. I don't know.
He's like the one. That's surprising that only just the one, the dude was.
I'm
like,
shocked.
Yeah. Because like the rest of them are just like loving it. They must be loving the fame. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Like, I think I would find that really like tiring.
Like, aren't you tired?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I guess if I had that much money, like what I would probably do is like, even if I wanted to start a business, I would probably just stay in the back and just like throw in a little money, invest a little money in it, hire people to like work on it.
Yeah.
And then just pay them and then just take in the money.
Yeah. The thing is like that much wealth. I mean, they could do a lot of different things where they wouldn't have to work.
Yeah. Or like make that money and like do great things with it. Exactly. And then people will love you. Like you get better fame.
Yeah. I would. But again, I don't know. It's
I don't understand.
It's like this stuff pisses me off. Like empty condos at 1.6 million.
Oh my God.
It's like,
boggles my fucking mind.
Like literally, guys, do something better with your money. Like,
oh my God. Like,
do something better.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other stories?
Well, I thought, did you not want to talk about what's happening in Iran?
Oh, goddamn. This be a serious story.
God
damn. Okay, guys. I don't know if you guys have, I'm sure a lot of you have heard. Have you heard this?
I haven't.
You haven't heard about the Iran situation?
I kind of heard about it. Don't really fully know what's going on. And I know that there's like been protests. When I was in Vancouver, there was some protests.
So I also don't know too much. Okay. Yeah. But basically what had happened was, I don't know exactly the timeline, and I'm so sorry if I don't get everything correct. But essentially, from what I understand, in Iran, they have a lot of kind of very strict laws against women.
Yeah.
It's very conservative and very, very like misogynistic culture. Like, I don't know what's the right word. Yeah. But essentially what happened, I think, what kind of sparked this whole situation was there was a young woman who was, I guess, 22 years old, and she died while she was in the custody of the police.
Not just any police, committed by
morality
police.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think what had happened was she wasn't wearing her hijab properly, or she wasn't wearing it at all, or something along those lines. So when you're go up a little bit. When you're in Iran, if you're a woman, you have to wear a hijab and you have like a certain dress code. Yeah. Okay. So you like have to dress a certain way. So I think she got arrested because she wasn't dressed in the proper way that she was supposed to be dressed.
Yeah.
So she got arrested.
Which is crazy, guys. We're in 2022.
I know. It's insane. So then she got arrested, And then she died in custody. And I believe there's been a few more deaths. There's at least one other death that I heard of this other woman. Again, very young. She was like 20 or something. And she went out to protest and she got shot.
Yeah.
So now, people are going, insane, which we should, because it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally crazy. Like, go down a little bit. Amini was arrested on September 13th for unsuitable attire
by the morality police. And then she died 3 days later in hospital after falling into a coma. And then this is where it gets a bit fucked up, right? Like, she was arrested for indecent or unsuitable attire by this morality police. Why the fuck is she in a coma 3 days later in a fucking hospital? Mm-hmm. What were what the fuck is the morality police as well? Like, I know. Who are you people? The morality police, what were they doing to her to make her slip into a coma?
Probably beating her up. It says her family says she was beaten to death in custody. I mean, and then the authorities deny those allegations and say that she died of a heart attack. A 22-year-old
exactly
randomly died of a heart attack.
Chances of a 22-year-old dying of a heart attack is very, very,
very low. And why would she randomly die of a heart attack? Like, what did you do?
Yeah.
And did they do an autopsy? I doubt it.
I don't know.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, now there's a lot of talk. Canada apparently has imposed sanctions on a total of 41 Iranian individuals and 161 Iranian entities. Like corporations. Okay, so I mean, okay, interesting. So yeah, that's what's going on. So people are, obviously outraged.
Yeah. Oh God.
And yeah, it's crazy. Like, imagine like me wearing this, would it be allowed? If you're a woman, you have to be covered up. Guys can go wearing whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, I mean, I don't know about in Iran, but I know at least this is what happened to me when I flew through Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Oh, Saudi Arabia is also pretty bad.
Yeah, I had a layover. And I was flying from Singapore, and I had a layover, so I wasn't even staying there. I had a layover in their airport, and then was going to London
in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as I'm getting onto the plane in Singapore, I might have said this story too before, guys. So apologies if I'm repeating myself.
Oh, I remember.
But basically, I was about to get on the plane, and it was like they weren't boarding yet. It was like still about like a little bit of time, but you sit in the waiting area, and one of the flight attendants came up to me, and they're like, "We're really sorry, sir. You're gonna have to cover up." And basically they said I was wearing a t-shirt and shorts because it was fucking hot in Singapore.
Yeah.
And I had checked my big backpack already, like with all my other clothes. And I only had my small little backpack with me with like my neck pillow and some random other shit. So I was like, oh my God. They're like, yeah, you need to cover up like your legs. You can't have your legs showing.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I'm only having a layover. Like, I'm not even going into the country. Like, I'm literally going to the airport. I'm only going to be in the airport for like, not even like, I think it was like maybe a 2-hour layover. Not even that.
In Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm leaving. And they were like, no, we can't let you on the plane like that. So I had to run around the Singapore airport. And at the time, the cheapest pair, and I was backpacking, guys, and I was so pissed about this. Like, now it wouldn't be as big of a deal, but like the cheapest pair of pants that I could find was like $90.
Yeah, in Singapore.
Yeah. And I was like, fuck my life. Like, why is everything so expensive here?
Yeah.
So I had to buy it. Like, I had no choice. I was super pissed. So I bought these pants and went on the plane. And that's my story about Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. And imagine if you're a woman.
Yeah.
I don't think you can show your hair and stuff like that.
That's wild.
That's how it is in Iran. That's why they're protesting. Like, you're not allowed to show your, like, you have to wear a hijab.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's the same in Saudi Arabia where, like, women can't drive.
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that. Like, it's very backwards.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
I can't even, I don't even know.
Can they open their own bank accounts?
I'm trying to see if I can find a list of, like, what women are not allowed to do.
It's insane. Like, I just don't understand how we're in
the
21st century and this is even a discussion that we're having.
I know.
Like, why does this still go on? Like, I don't know.
It's so crazy. I'm trying to find.
It's sad. That's what it is. It's really
sad. So sad. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. I'm glad people are protesting.
Yeah, there's protests everywhere. So, guys, I was just in Vancouver.
Oh, yeah. There was one in Vancouver, right?
Yeah, there was. Yeah. And it was like a pretty big, there was a bunch of people with signs and cars going by honking. And like, there was a lot happening.
Oh, God. Yeah, it says, I mean, I don't know if anything's going to change. I think I think all the countries need to do sanctions. But isn't Iran already? I don't know. What's going on in Iran?
I don't know.
So it says here. It says that, let's see, in 2017, females in Iran comprise of just 19% of the paid workforce. which is a 7% growth since 1990. Iran was ranked 116 out of the 153 countries in terms of legal discrimination against women.
So it's not even that bad compared to others. I mean,
apparently,
it's still bad, but apparently there's
like
a
some
shitload
countries
that's
are worse. Some countries are
Holy
worse.
shit, guys!
Like some countries still do like female circumcision and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, which is like fucking horrifying. Can you imagine?
God. I
don't know if Iran does, but
yeah.
So yeah, that's happening.
Oh, God. But the sad thing is like, do we think like, are these protests gonna like change things there?
There has to be sanctions. Like there has to be like economic sanctions. I feel like that's like the biggest.
But
thing.
even that sometimes, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of countries put sanctions on Russia, right? And there's still a lot of shit happening over there with Russia and Ukraine.
That's true.
So.
But Russia has a lot of like military power.
Yeah.
Do they?
I think
they do.
I think they do. Yeah.
They've got like nuclear shit.
They got nuclear shit. Yeah.
So I feel like they have power in that way.
They built it up. They're
so
in the Cold
exactly.
War.
There's certain countries where it's like the sanctions would probably work.
Yeah.
I don't know if Iran's one of those. I don't really know that much about Iran.
It's interesting though, because I seem to remember, like, I swear to God, when I've worked at several different companies, Iran was always on like the blacklist, which was like, we can't do business with them.
Right. So it's always been like this.
At least from what I can remember. So I'm like, I don't even know. Anyway, I don't know.
I don't know either. Guys, do you know much about Iran? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's sad. I just think the takeaway here from me is like how sad it is that, you know, these poor women,
these young, like
are
they're
faced
young
with this
girls,
stuff.
like 20 years old. Are you insane?
God damn, Roses.
I don't.
Craziness.
That's happening in Iran.
Yep.
People are protesting everywhere.
Yeah.
And people are outraged, as they should be.
As they should be, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And on that positive note.
Stop! Oh my God. It's crazy.
I know. It is crazy. Like, it's actually.
It's times like this I feel thankful we live in Canada, you know?
Yeah. Even Canada's got its issues, but
I know.
You know, at least we don't have the morality police, because they would sure as hell come after Rose.
Yeah.
For numerous reasons.
Well, like, what's fun? Excuse me.
I shouldn't joke about this stuff.
What's crazy is like the girls though, like they post themselves like dancing on social media and stuff. So I guess that's allowed. I don't know if that's allowed.
Well, no, don't you remember we had that story about that? But that wasn't in Iran. It was a different country. I want to say maybe Egypt or something.
Right.
And then there was a couple of social media influencers that were from there, like women, and they were some backlash that they faced. I can't remember the whole story, guys. Apologies, but like I remember there was some controversy there as well.
Okay, these people, once again, how do you have time to care?
I know. I don't get it. There's better things to do in life and better things to worry about.
Like, fuck off.
Like, instead of worrying about what a woman is wearing, like maybe we should put some effort into thinking like, actually the climate's fucked and we should probably look at that, or global hunger and, you know, feeding the world population. Like, there's a lot of other things that definitely need our attention and our focus. Not, let's get the morality police after Rose for her low-cut top and her drunken antics, you know, and her alcoholic antics, according to some of our listeners.
Alcoholic antics, apparently. They're probably not allowed to drink over there. Women are probably not allowed to drink.
I don't think a lot of people drink in. Actually, I don't know if it.
They probably don't, because it's is it Muslim? I don't know.
I don't know either, Rose. We're so bad. We should not be.
I think so. It's like Sharia law. That's like yes, Islam. Yes.
Islam. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway,
so they are under Sharia law, which is a law that is defined by the religion of Islam.
Okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
So I was right. I was just unsure.
Yeah. Perfect.
So yes, guys, it makes you also like, it's sad because I'm sure these countries are beautiful and stuff. Like, for example, even Egypt, like I'm like very turned off at visiting Egypt.
Yeah.
Because I heard like Egypt is also like, I don't know what exactly what religion they follow. Maybe it's the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're also very conservative with that kind of stuff. And then like, I just feel weird, like being treated like, you know, like so differently from men.
I know. And I honestly think, I don't know if it was in Egypt or somewhere, like, but I remember my aunt had gone to, I think it was Egypt. I'm pretty sure it was Egypt. And she wore like shorts.
Yeah.
One day and she got spit on.
Yeah. That's not surprising.
Yeah. Like.
But that's fucked.
So like basically, Rose, if you want to go there to visit, we'll have to go.
No, I'm a sweaty mess.
We'll have to go. What is it? Like, what's the full, is it like a burqa or a.
I don't know.
Like a full body thing where just your eyes are showing.
Oh, stop it, Daniel.
No, but this is real. Like,
you don't have to do that.
No, you don't have to, but like, it would make things easier.
while I'm sweating and dying underneath. No.
And I'll just smile at you and be like,
oh, if there's any time to commit homicide, it might be that.
I'll do my classic eye roll. Rose would be like, I'm hot.
Like,
send you an eye roll emoji.
Eye roll. It's so fucked up.
Oh, it's bad, guys. It's really.
I remember like this girl that I knew in like elementary school. Last point. This girl I knew in elementary school, I remember like her family was moving to like Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Because like her dad or something got a job or something. And I was like, and this is where I kind of learned about like how like women can't drive there. I was like, what the fuck? Why would you move to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
But like, I guess like they probably lived in some kind of gated community.
Like expat community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it was
there's
like
a lot of
little
money
different.
in Saudi Arabia to go work
Yeah,
there.
yeah, totally. But I'm like, dude, do I want to live in a place where I have to be like confined to the expat community?
No.
That's weird, man.
No, it is weird. It's not an enjoyable place. It's like, you know, if you're offered like a super bougie job in like, you know, a country that has a lot of, and I'm not equating this with these countries, but like, let's say you go to a country that has like a lot of crime, for example, you have to live in a gated community.
Yeah.
You're making a shitload of money and you're like, great, you know, but you can't really live life. Like you're always like worried. And then same with like living in an expat community, just you and the expats. You know?
You got a problem with the expats?
I don't have a problem with expats. I was an expat. You were an expat. We all were expats.
Oh, I guess we were expats.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we count as expats?
Yes.
I guess
100%.
we do. Okay.
As soon as you live in a different country, you're an expat.
Well, that's if you are. This is also a controversial thing because if you're what's the difference between an immigrant and an expat? They say an immigrant is usually they see immigrants as people that come from like a poorer country to a more like a richer country. So for example, like someone moving from China to Canada or something.
They would be an immigrant.
Like they would be an immigrant.
Not an expat.
Not an expat. Expat has a very like
that's
bougie
actually,
ring to it.
It does. It's like,
it sounds nice. Like we would be expats if we go to like Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like even if we moved there permanently, we wouldn't be considered immigrants. We'd be expats.
Oh, that's actually, that's not great.
It's I know, right?
That's like a very
it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and typically it would probably be like white people.
White people or people from white dominant countries.
Yeah.
Like Canada, US.
God, the terminology and the wording.
I know, it's weird.
I didn't even think of that, but it's
right.
bad.
I didn't think of it until somebody like pointed it out, and I was like, oh my god, that's so
gross.
true.
I didn't like it at all, guys.
Like, why are my parents not considered expats?
Exactly.
Huh? Why are they not expats?
Why are they considered? Because they would be considered immigrants.
Yeah, they're considered immigrants.
It's fucked up.
And even now, like if Koreans moved here, they would be considered immigrants.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
But if a Canadian person moved to Korea, they'd be an expat.
They'd be an expat.
That's fucked up. That is some fucked up shit.
And on that positive note.
Oh, guys, we'll leave you with that positive note, guys.
Let us know what you think of that.
Yes.
Double standard.
That's fucked up. I'm going to do a bit more research on that.
I know. It's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, maybe there's some reason behind it, but is there? But is there?
Yeah.
Is there truly a reason?
And if there's a reason, it's a bullshit one. Because there's no reason why you should say that somebody that moves to a different country should be considered an expat versus an immigrant.
Maybe you're considered an expat if you're not there permanently.
Yeah, and you're only living for like, you're there for a job for like 3 years.
I think that would make some sense.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
in some ways.
in the same regard, though, I feel like if I was a Canadian that moved to like Korea, for example,
yes,
and I lived there for years and years and years and years,
you would still probably call yourself an expat.
I would be an expat,
right? Exactly.
Even though I immigrated to Korea, I wouldn't say I'm an immigrant.
Exactly.
Like, which is fucked up.
That's interesting. Like you would just say, "Yeah, I'm an expat," or like, "Yeah." It's crazy. I don't know what it is.
That is crazy.
Anyway, guys, oh my gosh, it's good to be back. Even though, oh my god, I'm leaving again.
I know. Oh god, Rose, you need to stop leaving.
Okay, this is the last time I'm leaving. I'm leaving again in like 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks, in like a week.
Yeah.
But we'll do another episode before I leave.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna do more of those pre-recorded episodes.
Am I the asshole? Maybe.
Am I the asshole? We love those episodes.
Yeah, and people be loving them. You guys were loving them, so I think
other than one guy.
Yeah.
A few salty people out there.
Lazy content, Rose. Just a lazy content creator living up to that cheap lazy name.
Next time, I think we should do shots and do the Am I the Asshole episode just to piss people off.
I don't know if I want to. Doubling up. You're doubling. You're doubling down, right?
Doubling down.
Alcohol and a lazy episode.
Exactly.
Rose.
I'm going to prove them right.
Yep. Prove the haters right. I love it.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out our Patreon for that exclusive content.
That exclusive juicy content.
Yeah. What else do they get, Daniel?
Oh god damn! They get all of our ads. They get all of our episodes a week early, so before everyone else.
Yeah.
Also, all the content on there is ad free, so you don't have those pesky YouTube ads or anything. It's all ad free, and we do an exclusive episode every single month. So
we didn't do Patreon shout out. Go, Daniel. Let's do it now.
Oh,
Patreon shout out, or should we do it next week?
I think we should do it next week.
Okay, we'll do the Patreon shout out next week.
Yes, because you also get a Patreon shout out.
Yeah.
But we just got back, guys.
Yes,
we're
kind of all over the place.
We are,
okay?
but we will do Patreon shout outs next episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram and on TikTok, the SaVeg Podcast.
Yep.
Make sure you like us and follow us on all the platforms.
Yep.
And if you are watching on YouTube, yes, like this video and subscribe. And we will talk to you guys next week.
We sure will.
Bye.
Bye.